Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope you all having a good Tuesday morning. It's pretty good around here. Another beautiful day outside. Me and the Jackster. Whoop, here I go again. Forgetting to pull this mic over here. Ah, I can't leave it over here because it's in the way for everything else I do. So as soon as I get done doing these lives, I swing it up and swing it kind of behind that monitor, and then I come in here and start yakking and forget to pull it around. So hopefully y'all can hear me okay now. Won't sound like I'm in the bottom of a 55-gallon drum or something. Let's take a look and see who we got hanging out with us this morning. We have, let's see, get this thing. Mr. Sharp is in the house. Good morning. Darren Birds is here. Good morning, sir. There you go. Morning all. Nice amount of rain yesterday and today. Oh, and today I returned to Twitter. Hot diggity. Yeah, there's a new kid in town now. You can speak freely once again. Troy Pritchard's in the house. Good morning. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. We've got a few of them over there. Monroe Cook is here. Good morning. Jesse's here. Good morning. Rick's Woodworking. Good morning, sir. Leo says, good Tuesday morning, everyone. Another day at work. Checking inventory today. All right. Appreciate the thumbs up there, Leo. Clyde's here this morning. Good morning, Clyde. Gary Hemmett's here. Good morning. Good morning, Sean. He's here. Wolfman's here. Morning persons of interest. Okay. George is here. Good morning. Mr. John Howard is here. Good morning. I feel a sneeze coming on, so I may have to mute here for a second. I don't know what it is. I just went outside a little while ago, so it might be the pollen and stuff. I don't know. Thomas Grimm is here this morning. Curtis is here. Good morning, Curtis. Mr. Hitch Hamilton from Southwest Florida. How you doing, Hitch? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well down there. It's probably getting pretty hot down there about now, isn't it? I hope I got my thing running back here again, so I hope it's not too noisy. I had just a totally worthless day. There goes my feed getting all jumbled up. Totally worthless day of 3D printing yesterday. Everything I made did not work. I mean, it worked, it ran, but the parts, that thing, I told you yesterday, I think, how I pulled that dadgum spool off and thought that I had it untangled, and then I ran this for about 2 hours, and I said, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna help it feed that filament. And it made this, and I thought, okay, I think I got it where it's whatever was tangled up is untangled now. Nope, apparently not. That darn spool, you can see I finally give up on it. It's back here. Still got about a third of filament on it. And I just said, this ain't worth it because I can't sit back here and every few seconds make sure it's feeding and giving it filament. So I just gave up on it. I got that, the label's on the other side, but I got that brand new spool of, from Amazon. It's what do they call it? Amazon Basic or something. So I thought, well, I'm going to try that. And I set it up about an hour and a half ago now. And I thought I'm going to set it up, hit the button, and not touch it and see what happens. And it's running fine. So I went back and looked at my old videos. I had a printer exactly like that before, or I say exactly, pretty much like it before. They've changed a little bit in 4 years. But there was a video where I'm actually reviewing I had a CR10 sitting right to the left of the Ender 3. And I'm doing a review of the CR10. But the whole time I'm sitting there in that video, the Ender 3 right next to it is running. And I got to looking at it and I'm like, the spool's mounted in the same spot. It didn't even have the little things I printed out to help it like this one has. And it just came down and then kind of went almost 90 degrees into the extruder, and it worked fine. So I'm thinking that spool has probably had something wrong with it. It's got a twist to it, because when you try to, I thought, well, I'll just pull it out till I find where it's kinked up or stuck under another thing or something, and then I'll cut it off. But it's like every time you pull it out and cut some off, it's got like a twist in it or something. So I'm done. I've printed a lot of things, but it's only because I sat back here and babysit it and make sure that it doesn't get hung up. So, and I'm tired of doing that. So, and it says, must have been me. Mine spooled up on top of the extruder. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I kept thinking, I don't remember having this kind of trouble with the last one 4 years ago. So that's why I went back and watched those videos, and I'm sitting there, and the whole time I'm talking, of course, I'm reviewing the other printer, but that one's sitting there running, and I can see the spool moving and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't a normal thing. So whatever's caused that spool to be funky, it's just not worth the hassle. Now, if I'm going to be sitting back here and I got time to feed it, I could probably still use that filament, but I probably won't. I'll probably just throw it away, because I don't like having to mess with it because you can't go, like I can be back here and roll it a little forward and then think, okay, I got time to go to the mailbox or something. Then if I go out there and spend 2 seconds too long out there and come back in, I come in and I see that it's like, you can always tell, because that little, you guys probably can't see it, but that little guide, that filament guide that I printed out, and then it's got a hole on the end of it, so you feed the filament down through there, it'll be bending over like a fishing pole, and when you see it struggling, you know that the filament's hung up on the spool, and it's trying to pull it, but it can't get it pulled down. So anyway, I'm done with that one. I got another print going back there in the black. I almost wished I'd have bought white instead of black now, because that's got that black removable flex thing on the bed. And when I'm printing black, I don't have enough light back here. I can't see anything. So I had to get a light shine on it to see that it's working out okay, but looks like it is. So anyway, so I guess y'all heard the big news. Elon's now the Twitter master. It's safe to go back on there and say what you think, because now they're going to be afraid to try to kick you off now that he owns it. So there it is. Yeah, that's why the stuff it was a lot cheaper. Let me go look and see what I paid for that stuff. I know one thing, I won't buy that brand again, and it should be a decent thing. It was any cubic. Let's see what I paid for that stuff. Here it is. I paid. Oh, I got to look at the thing, because I bought some others. I bought it at the same time I bought the 3D printer. So, well, Okay, it's $22.99 now, but I paid. Oh, where is it? What I paid? Okay, I paid 19. I paid under $20 for it. That's 1954. That's tax and everything. Looks like. I think it was like 17.99 or something. It was on sale, or reduced or whatever. That's probably why. They probably had, had a run of that stuff that it's like, yeah, this might be twisted, so we'll put it on sale. But when I have stayed around and babysat it, I mean, it's printed perfect. It's really good stuff. It's just that if it's not going to feed, if it's going to keep getting wrapped around itself and hung up, it's not any good. So anyway, so I'm pretty happy because now because I got a lot of stuff I want to do outside, and I'm like, I can't fire this thing up and go on out and do something, then come back in and find out it got hung up, and now it's missing. It's printing up here, but the last layer it put down was right here. You know. So anyway, let's see. Bruce is in the house. Good morning, Bruce. He says I did 2 8+ hour prints, and then it broke at the extruder after clogging with the same filament, only open for a week. Yeah, now, I know they tell you, all the experts will tell you that, when you open one up, you should, when you get done printing, you should take it off and, put it back. In fact, I didn't get one with that gray spool, the anti-cubic, but the black Amazon that I bought, in the box, it has one of those big old plastic bags, which I thought that's kind of nice they sent that. But, they'll tell you to, when you're done with that color, to pull it off and put it in the bag and stuff like that. But, I just bought that one spool and I thought, well, I'm going to print it till it's gone. And I don't worry about trying to take it off and seal it up and then put it back on the net. I just leave it out there. And it like I said, it printed fine other than the thing getting tangled on the spool. Jeff Morgan's in the house. How you doing, Jeff? Was in your neck of the woods over the weekend, Kennesaw near Marietta. Yeah, I guess that's kind of using the neck of the woods term loosely because Marietta is still a good hour plus away, probably. But yeah, I get you. I get you. Larry says I don't even know how you say that. TIANSE brand. I don't know that I've seen that. Let me search for that on. Yeah, they have it. They have it. Now this stuff. Here's some of the. Well, maybe it's because it's the wood looking PLA. It's like $29.99. There's another. That's one of them big spools there. That's like a double spool. Okay, yeah, this stuff is. Here's one that's 2.2 pound spool. $19.99. Oh, the silk stuff's only $15.99. Tangle free and no plugging, it says. Yeah. I think they all say that on the box, but some are and some aren't, I guess. Anyway, I'm tickled that this latest print seems to be running just fine without uh, getting hung up. So I will just run everything out of black for a while until that spool is gone. But I did like I said yesterday, I had it running back here while I was doing this live stream yesterday. Well, apparently it had hung up or got stuck enough to miss some layers, because as soon as I got off the live stream and went and looked at it, I'm like, yeah, I got to just stop that, throw that away, and start over. And what I was running is these. This one is actually broke, in case you're wondering. This is what they look like. These are these power supply clips, I call them. So I ran one and I put it on the thing, and I thought, yeah, that's working pretty good. So I set up to run a second one because I need two, for each power supply. And about an hour into the second one, I was sitting here looking at that one I just printed, and I picked it up and started fiddling with it again and went to put it on there, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it snaps on good. And somehow I pulled it off and it went, and right, just like this one, right at the bottom of where this goes up. Well, I got it the wrong way. It just broke right off. So then I got to looking at it, and I had done 20% infill, and I thought, well, that's. And then I figured, well, this one's broke, so I took it and bent the other side, and of course, it, without a whole lot of force, it broke too. So I thought, well, that's not going to be enough infill. So I might as well stop so an hour in, I stopped that one and chunked it, changed it to 50% infill, and that's what this one is. And again, as soon as I pulled this one off the bed, this side broke off. And I think, because when I hold it on there, it looks like there's a layer missing. So I'm figuring it might have been because of the spool getting hung up. So anyway, I came in yet again this morning and was going to fire it up. I thought, I'm going to fire up, go get me a cup of coffee, and if I come back and it's hung up, I'm throwing that spool away. And sure enough, that's what happened. I was going to get a cup of coffee and come back, and I'm like, yep, it's done hung up, tangled up already. So I took it off, put the black on, and it's been going since about 7:30, I guess, something like that. So, okay, Ryan says, Amazon Basic PLA used to be rebranded from a company called Overture. Don't know that. Okay, well, I think I've seen stuff called Overture, but maybe let me look that up on the Amazon. Yeah, it pops up right away when I start typing in. Yeah, it looks like you can still get it under that brand. Lots of it. Looks like it's got a lot of it on there. Rob's in the house. How you doing, Rob? Rob has a great idea for a topic for the Saturday night show, and we're going to be doing that. The topic will be, if I say it right, what do you use your CNC for, and what are your goals for your CNC? So thanks for that suggestion, Rob. We will discuss that this Saturday. Okay, company is now. Okay. Sean says, I could respool it and try to save it. Well, yeah, I'll probably just hang on to it, because there's probably about a third of a spool there. But like I said, what little bit I've pulled out, it's like it doesn't just pull out and coil. It's like it twists too. It's got like a weird twist to it. So I don't know. And like I said, if I want to just stand here and make sure it feeds in, what every few minute or two, uh, move it by hand, it'll work because that's what I've pretty much been doing, except for a few things it's ran by itself. But yeah, I'm not. I don't. I'm tired of babysitting it. I'd rather just throw it away than not know if it's going to work. Yes, but closer than Illinois. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. How are things? How are things going for you, Jeff? Business still good and all? I see all your Facebook and Instagram posts. Looks like you're doing well. Tim's in the house this morning. Good morning, Tim. And he says, I've used black Hatchbox for months without issue, but I do have a short white piece that's been laying around for a year and is very brilliant. I think it takes the stuff pretty good while to, unless you just don't run your 3D printer much at all. If you put a brand new spool on there and run it and then don't run it again for 3 months, yeah, you might have some problems, but I don't think uh, it's going to go bad super quick. Uh, yeah, Gary. Yeah, that's closer to you than it is me. Uh, Troy says, so is filament one of those things you get what you pay for, quality over quantity? I think pretty much, just me talking, I think pretty much everything is you get what you pay for. I mean, not always, because sometimes stuff is overpriced and you pay it thinking, well, it costs more than this brand, so it must be better, and then it's not. But usually, if something's like that, it's not going to be around long. But Ryan says I could change the print orientation, lay it flat. Yeah, I might try some different things. I don't know. Like I said, it's just a dull gray color anyway. And the only reason I bought it is because I was going to buy. I thought, well, I need to buy a spool. At the same time, I order the printer because I know they only send you a little dinky. It's not even on a spool. It was just somewhere they took and wrapped a little bit and put a couple of cable ties on it, and that was it. So um, that's the only reason I bought that. It was on sale, and I was just adding it to my um, 3D printer at the same time I bought it. But now that I'm going to be buying different colored stuff, like I bought this black here, and probably I'll buy maybe white or something next, or red, or who knows. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I've heard of them talk about that. That just seems like a lot of work to me. And it's not, the stuff that, I mean, especially if it's $20 a spool and you got a half a spool left and you want to try to, you're saving $10, and then you don't even know if it's going to work or not. I don't know. That's just me. I'd rather just go with something I know is going to work, or at least know it should work. Doc Whitaker's in the house. How you doing, Doc? I got to tell you, I messed up on something else too. I tell you what, I just need to quit ordering stuff. I was excited yesterday because I told you I'd ordered a little assortment kit of screws, and I was going to get a pack of 40 of these things. Well, I got a pack of 40 of these things. Only you can't even see them. They're this size. Once again, old Dave didn't read the fine print. They're a slide-in spring-loaded T-nut for an M5 screw, but they're for the 20 by 20 extrusion, which is the little skinny stuff that 3D printers are made out of. So if I want to fasten something to that 3D printer, I guess I could do that. So I had to get back online and look for these. And these are for the 40 millimeter extruded stuff, 80/40 or whatever. The 40, it's got to be the 40 by 40 style, because this fits in a 8 millimeter slot. So, and I wondered how I would, I should have known from the price, because I'm like, well, why? 40, that's a lot for that price. Well, now I know why, because now I'm getting half of that. I'm getting 20 for about the same price that I paid for those 40, but it should be the bigger ones. Of course, now they're not coming till Thursday, I think. So that's why this thing is still sitting on my desk and not mounted on that machine out there to put my thing in. Ryan says layer lines will be stronger for the forces used to clip. Yeah. The one I've got running now is 100% infill. It's because I kept, I went from 20 to 50, and it according to the estimate anyway, it didn't really change the time much at all. So then I thought, well, if I go from 50 to 100, that's surely got to add a lot of time to it. But it really didn't add that much. So I thought, what the heck? I'm gonna do it 100%. That way, when it gets done, I can test it and see. I mean, I know it's still plastic. You're not going to be able to go crazy with it. But when that first one fell apart, I'm like, man, I just hardly bumped that thing. It's that wouldn't have worked anyway. So, but I do want to, the idea is, and again, this one's broke, so you have to kind of picture this being on here. The idea is you can take your power supply, and the ID of inside dimension of these is just barely larger than this. So when you put it on there, I'll have to fake it because I only got one side, but they do this. They snap. And it's got that little, I don't know if you can see it, that little bump right there. So they snap, and then if you're mounting these like this and then pop them in, two of them would hold this perfect, but then it'd be easy to just lift this up and slide this whole thing out if you needed to replace it or whatever. But we'll see. That's why they call these 3D printers prototyping machines. We'll see. We'll see if I can get one that works. And it's not like I'm going to sell them. I'm not selling this stuff anyway. But if I'm going to do videos showing people how to draw something that's useful like that, I want them to, that if they print it, I want it to work. So, yeah. Use 10% infill, but change the wall. Yeah, that's another probably better way of doing it. Wade says he prints most everything at 100% for shop use. Yeah, because you want it. Again, it's you can't get around it. It's plastic, so you want to try to get it as strong as you can. I missed something here. He says, I got a cheap dehydrator somewhere. I'll dig it out. And then LB says, make sure you make a gap on the lid so it won't get too hot. Okay. Looks like did my timer go off? It may have went off. I didn't even hear it. It looks like it's off. Looks like it is. That thing says 31 minutes, so I think we're past our thing here. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully today will be a better day. Like I said, because I ran that thing pretty much all day long. Well, I had it going while I was doing the live stream, and then that one I could tell wasn't going to work because it was missing some layers because of the thing got tangled while I was doing this coffee session. And then I ran two more, and both of those broke. And the last one finished at 8 o'clock or something. And I did leave it off for a little while because I was doing some stuff outside. And again, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable leaving it on. Not that it's going to, mess up and catch fire, but that it's going to get tangled up and not print right. So anyway, I'm going to shoot another video today, but I'm going to be doing it right here. Another one of the Design Spark things. And I'm going to wait until that finishes, and then I'll probably shoot the video real quick and then maybe fire that up and do another. I just don't want to have that making racket. I guess y'all can hear it back there, can't you? It seems like it's loud to me, but the mic may not be picking it up that good. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and we'll come back tomorrow, I reckon. We're at like 468, so we only got like 32 more of these to do before we hit 500. And we may just throw in the towel on these things. Well, we'll have to see about that. Anyway, y'all have a good one, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Happy Tuesday, y'all.